Okay, anyways, this is our shout out video, and I'm Sierra, she's Michaela,
Yes,
aka Mika.
And Diamond.
No, but anyways, so I'm gonna start out with Jose. You wanted a special shout out? We don't talk no more, so yeah. Anyway, special shout out.
My first shout out goes to Shamari.
Special shout out to Nicole for being the shortest 19-year-old I know.
Shout out to Sonia.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out to Devin.
Shout out to Jennifer.
Shout out to Korea.
Shout out to Sandra.
Shout out to Pookie.
Shout out to, well, special shout out for liking all three of my statuses.
We didn't do this last time.
Angel and Anna. That's for Angel. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I didn't say him yet. Shout out to Jace.
Shout out to Isaiah.
Shout out to Crystal.
Shout out to Brandon. Someone's coming. Brandon.
Shout out to Hazel.
Shout out to Antonia.
Shout out to Jacob.
Shout out to Barry. We need to chill. Special shout out, actually.
Shout out to to Leo.
Shout out to Cindy. Special shout out, actually.
Shout out to Danielle.
Shout out to just go. It's gonna take forever. Okay, never mind. Shout out to Andrea.
Shout out to Waldo.
Shout out to Marissa. You're beautiful.
Shout out to Giselle.
Shout out to Eric. I love you.
Shout out to John, my dancing buddy.
Special shout out to David. That's from both of us.
Shout out to Francis.
And shout out to Rosa.
Shout out to Anthony.
Shout out to Jenny.
Shout out to Raphael.
Shout out to Adrian, even though I don't know you. Or it's Vanessa.
Special shout out to Shamari.
Shout out to Michael. I didn't know if you actually wanted to be here for the video or what, but yeah, extra special shout out for you.
Oh shit, I was reading the ones that we were you were supposed to both do.
Oh well, just keep going. Shout out to Selena. We need to chill still.
Hold on, keep going.
Should I do these people for that?
Yeah.
There was more than that, I could have swore. Shout out to Adrian, even though you didn't really ask for a shout out, but yeah, that's everybody. You need to go.
Shout out to Adrian. Well, special shout out.
Oh, look at that, you got 2 shout outs.
Shout out to Jayla. Shout out to Dante. Oh, are you gonna go?
I don't have no more.
These are the ones me and you were supposed to go to.
Did you already do Alicia? Okay. Ready? Special shout out. Special shout out to Alicia.
To Alicia. Shout out to Andrea.
Oh, that's the same Andrea. Oh, you got 2 shout outs too.
I forgot how to say his name. Shout out to Maria. say it too?
Oh. Him?
No, Maria.
Oh, shout out to Maria. Him?
Yeah.
Shout out to Hugo.
I'm not even saying his name. Shout out to Maya.
Mhm.
Shout out to Maya.
Shout out to yeah.
Dante.
What's her name?
Who?
Buttercup
I
Kills.
forgot her name.
Anyway, shout out to Buttercup Kills.
Cynthia. Shout out to Cynthia.
Did you already do it again?
Yeah. Shout out to Kyla.
Did you do Angelica?
No.
Shout out to Angelica. You better go to Alhambra next year so I can see your ass.
You already said it. How do you say that? Pepe? Pepe?
Pepe. Shout out to Pepe.
Shout out to Soli.
Sully.
Soli.
It's either Sully or Sully. I'm guessing it's Sully. But shout out to you.
Ebony Dark.
Shout out to Ebony. Darkness.
Shout out to Deanna.
Shout out to Deanna.
Shout out to Lala.
Oh, look at my baby. Stop doing this.
We already said Adrian. Okay, well, we're done, I guess.
That's it?
We didn't say Kristen.
Okay.
Special shout out to Kristen. That's it.
Okay, well,
We're done.
that's our shout out video for today. But yeah. That's like that was a crappy ass start.